Hi, everybody. It's Deirdre Fay. I've been getting a lot of questions from the people who are in the Becoming Safely Embodied Skills course that I actually thought would be helpful for you. So I thought I would put some things out here. I haven't been doing live because I had been the flu for so long, and yesterday even I lost my voice. So today it's here a little. I don't know how long it'll be. So I'm going to take it easy and slow, but I wanted to get back in the mode with you and just help. There's so many people who are asking questions. I want to be able to address as many of them as I can. So one of the modules that we're working on now in the Becoming Safely Embodied Skills course is about working with the different parts of ourselves. There's so many great models, including the one I primarily use, the internal family systems model, which looks at the different parts of us that are kind of like clouding our vision of who our true self is. And so it's learning how to be with those various parts so that they don't occlude us, so that our heart or our light or our true self can shine more. Oh, Deborah saying, hope you feel better soon. Thank you for this. I'm glad to be there, Deborah. So one of the things that somebody asked about that and working with parts, as I talk a lot about externalizing a part, so that, and all the different models do this too. We talk about not just being controlled by the part, but what Martha wrote, which I thought was really important, a realization on her part, is she said, I mostly feel at the mercy of my frightened parts. And who among us hasn't, right? When a part takes over, it takes over so fully that we don't have much say in the matter. We deal with this a lot in the Becoming Safely Embodied Skills course about parallel lives that we work on, that we're living on. The one level, everything's okay. On another level, there's all this internal world disrupting us. And so Martha was saying, I mostly feel at the mercy of my frightened parts, always giving them their voice. And in the course, she's learning how to be able to ask them to step back, to say, if you're so big, I can't hear you, right? And that's what we're dealing with. If something takes over too much, then we can't actually be in relationship with them. We're caught up in their story. So Martha's learning how to say this and ask the different parts to step back. Can you please slow down or pull back? When you're so big, it's hard for me to hear what you're trying to say. And I think that's so key. We know that with kids or our friends, when somebody is really rattled and is just trying to push so much information out, we can't actually hear them. But then they don't get the benefit of being really deeply heard. And so even as that's true person to person, it's all, excuse me, it's also true intrapersonally, right, with our parts. So our task is learning how to teach ourselves how to affect regulate, how to modulate, how to attune to ourselves. But we can't be attuned if we're overwhelmed, right? So it's literally about learning how to slow things down. So what Martha's saying is she's learning to say when it's so big and it's hard to hear what you're trying to say, that I might actually be interested in dialoguing with them, but if it's too much being blown at me from inside or from a friend or a loved person outside, we can't hear. And so it's learning how to turn down the noise so that we can be in a relationship that is so critical. So there was that one. Hey, and thank you. Yeah. So there's also some other quick questions that I want to go through, just seeing what they are here. Another person, Addie, said that about working with parts, that our task is to calm and validate and have the processing done with a therapist. And I say that because, well, there's many pieces to it. So it is learning how to calm ourselves. Like we can't, when we're so agitated, we can't do anything, right? It's unable to do anything. We can't process anything. So learning how to slow things down is really critical. Then this piece about validating. Can I actually validate what's going on? Like let's just say I'm upset. So that, what if I just validate the fact that I'm upset? And that without despite the context, I'm still upset and I'm allowed to be upset. That's, it's like we're giving ourselves permission. So mirroring ourselves, knowing what's going on, validating ourselves, and then reassuring. These are three key pieces that have to happen. And now I'm realizing I don't know where I put my, where I have everything. So let me go about, here it is, the little bright dot. It's letting me know where I am. So there's that question, and Sharon, who's one of the ESE mentors, actually responded to Addie and said, these are really important questions, and each person has to know how to answer this on your own. But certainly having somebody, a skilled therapist there who can help you work through these issues is critical, that you can actually process them through. Sometimes it's too much to process through on our own. So having somebody there is so important and valuable. Let me just find another one of the questions that were there so I can. Thought I had them easily accessible, but they're not quite showing up here. So that's the main thing, recognizing that we do have different parts that sometimes are working at cross purposes or we're at odds with each other. But that doesn't mean that we can't integrate. We can't have a whole. The way I see it is that when different parts of us are protesting, they're saying something really important. They're saying something's not right here. Now, being able to find the solution and find out what is right is it's not an easy and simple task. It means being able to try and test and explore, but mostly it means being able to be attuned to ourselves inside so we know what works and what doesn't work. So that's so critical. Instead of reaching outside for the answer, even in another therapist, how do we know what's working and what's not working? How do we know how to attune to ourselves? And that's what everything I do is all about, because that's been so much of my own learning and my growth and development. How do I know what's right for me? How do I know what works and what is actually moving me in the direction I want to go? So I'm sorry this is short, but I can hear my voice starting to get caught, and I don't want to have a coughing panic attack right here with you. So I will just keep being here with you and keep helping you walk your way through. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining, and thanks for all the hearts and the love and everything. That means a lot.